Hey everybody, CNC Nerd Factory, we're back.
I have been on hiatus because I have been so incredibly sick. I had all kinds of weird smallpox happening, but I'm cured now.
Yeah, we put her. We put her into.
Because kids don't get vaccinated, so.
Okay, so we basically.
So I got the Black Plague.
Yeah.
But I'm good now.
Yeah, CDC decided to release her from being under quarantine, so she's fine now.
Atlanta, yay!
Exactly.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Dragon Con.
Yep. So again, I had fun and got to meet some cool people, ran into some friends as well. So it was good. But
it was really good.
So we're going to talk about some casting news that just dropped today, which is not a total surprise.
No, it's not.
Because first of all, we knew that Ben Affleck had shown a little footage off his Twitter.
Yeah, he did.
Indicating that Deathstroke was going to be coming to the DCEU, or implying. So whether he's going to be showing up in Justice League or in the Batman solo film, people weren't quite sure which one it is.
Right.
And when that happened, people were saying, okay, one of the things they noticed is that actor Joe Mangianello, who most people might know from True Blood, Magic Mike for...
I'm just saying, ladies, am I right?
Okay. Also, I knew him initially as Flash Thompson in the first Spider-Man movie.
The first?
There was Sam Raimi. Yeah, that was him.
Really?
He was Flash Thompson. If you ever go back and watch the movie.
I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yep. And he also did...
when he was like delivering pizzas and shit?
The part where...
I'm saying, but...
The first one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
In the first movie.
My Spider-Man, by the way.
The first actual film. There's the guy who was picked a fight with.
Right.
Yeah, that was Joe Mangianello.
That what?
Yep. I swear to God. So we've got.
I'm not much of a nerd, am I?
Right. So again, he's done all these things, and it was rumored that he was probably going to be cast, partially because around the time when this whole thing with Affleck had popped up, people had noticed that he started following some like Jeff Johns and some of the DCEU people, and they followed him back on Twitter. And usually when that happens, there's always a strong possibility that, hey, this guy might be cast in something that they're working on. And because of how he looks, they said, well, physically he could fit the part. Then it became official today that he will be playing Deathstroke, the Terminator. Or they'll probably just call him.
Yes.
They'll probably just call him Deathstroke because the whole Terminator thing, too associated with.
Right. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So he's not the first person to play the part, though.
Deathstroke.
He's not the first person to play Deathstroke.
Who was the first one?
The first person to play him was actually Manu Bennett from Spartacus. He played him.
Right there, you go.
He played the character in Arrow. And although there's possibilities he may come back because they're keeping the DCEU and the TV cinematic universe separate, but again, I know he's.
Which it would be really cool if they just a little leak, like just a little seep.
It's not gonna happen.
Not even like a whole storyline, like maybe a word drop or something.
No. But again, Manu Bennett was good. Again, only difference was he had his New Zealand accent, so they played him as a
the Kiwi.
Yeah, they played him as a. Plus, he's half Maori, which is interesting to have a guy who's my ethnic-ish playing a character who's playing a Caucasian character. So
it ain't nothing wrong with that.
But again, he played him as an Australian, as the Deathstroke. And since you said you're not as familiar with the character,
right, I'm not.
He was actually introduced in the Teen Titans series. He was like the one that really gave some validity to the characters and made them seem like this is a real team. So he was. The simplest way I could explain the character, he would be if Captain America was a highly paid assassin.
Mm-hmm. Which he kind of may be, because remember Hell Hydra?
But no, literally he is not. He doesn't work for unlike the Hydra thing. He works for himself.
Okay.
So he's like very much like how Captain America was military, was an experimenter.
He kind of reminds me of Crossbones.
Although, in a strange sort of way, what was the one movie that you loved a lot this year?
This year?
This year.
Is this I don't
No,
know.
it's not a triple. No, it's a superhero film.
Okay, it was a superhero film that I loved. I loved Civil War.
No, loved. More than
this
that.
year?
Yeah.
More than Civil War?
Yeah.
It wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, this year.
What did I love? Remind me.
Deadpool.
Oh yeah, Deadpool.
Dear God Almighty. Okay.
It's because of the smallpox. You see what happens when you get the Black Plague?
Yeah, you get fuzzy. Anyway, in a sense, if it wasn't for this character, there would be no Deadpool.
That's right.
Right. So
because he
was very much like a play off this character. So again, he was a military person, much like Captain America. They experimented on him. They gave him.
That's right. I do remember them constantly saying, yeah.
Yeah. So he's very much like Cap. He's got heightened strength. Although not superhuman, he's like heightened strength, heightened agility. He's got fast reflexes. He also can use, I think, about 90% of his brain. So he's a master tactician, much like Captain America is.
Right.
But
But I don't know how 90% of his brain, the Captain America.
Well,
I think he's just more like strong and good looking.
Well, in the films, they made him like smarter in a lot of ways. Right. But again, he uses his.
I like that art, by the way.
Yeah. So if you see Joe Mange. So
let me ask you this: is he supposed to be like an older guy like that, like Joe?
That's the thing. Yeah. In a sense, he's going to probably.
Not that he's like older, but you know.
But in a way, they're gonna probably have to make his hair grayed out completely.
Oh, they're gonna okay. I guess that's what I was
right. So in a sense, you see this picture right here. He's got
if he's got like a military background, he's that intelligent. I figure that it's got to be like a older kind of man. You know?
He's older. Yeah, he's older. So you see, obviously,
and he really is kind of like a big dude, man.
Well, that's kind of what Deathstroke.
He would how much working out is he gonna have to do?
Not much. Very little. Very little. I mean, he's going to come in.
He's just going to have to maintain.
Well, heck, they made Jason Momoa put on, work out a little bit. And
he's already huge.
Right. So they're probably going to have to do some things. I mean, obviously, they're going to do a lot of stuff to make him, in terms of his fighting.
What are you most excited about seeing as far, let's say, like a fight sequence? What's, like, your most...
I would like to see, because they confirmed it's not going to be in the Justice League. It's going to be in the standalone Batman film that he's going to be in, which won't be for another 3 years. So it'll be
we'll wait.
2020. I mean, heck, we're waiting for...
Hopefully the zombie apocalypse doesn't happen before then.
Sure.
But
heck, we're waiting for a Spider-Man movie in a couple of years also.
I mean, if I can survive smallpox, we can survive the zombie apocalypse.
Just barely. But I would like to see, for this character, him, much like how they made Chris Evans look really good, especially in Civil War.
Yeah, they really did.
In terms of, his physicality, because...
He physically looks like the comic.
Not just physically. I'm just saying in terms of how he would fight. Because especially in the Winter Soldier film, when he used the shield, he was surgical as hell with that.
You know what?
Shield.
I was watching Civil War again last night, and the beginning part where he just throws the shield and it hits the post and it hits the guy, and then he does a spin and then he catches the shield. I was like, child.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going back to my childhood.
So with this guy, he is very much, very agile. So they've used
that's the word, agile.
They've used him in the cartoons. They've used him in some of the Batman video games. I think the last one, I think they used his character. So I want to see exactly how they do the fighting, because they made Affleck look really damn good.
They really did
in the fighting.
And I've said it. He did an incredible job. He really did. I love him.
So this one is going to be good. I mean, again, we got a couple years. Again, I would be curious to see who they're going to get to train him. I mean, they usually get a couple of different good.
They usually do. Stunt people.
Good people who show them how to do the fighting and stuff like that. So I would expect.
So he's going to go from dancing to fighting.
Or
I wonder how much difference that is going to be for him. Because dancing is.
It's well.
Yeah, I mean, not like fighting, but fighting's got a grace to it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I feel like it does.
Yeah, but again, that was like exotic dancing. It wasn't like he was learning how to do
Let's call it exotic, shall we?
Stripping. He's a male stripper.
He's a stripper.
He's a stripper. So I want to see. I think it's damn good casting. Again,
I think it's an incredible casting. I really do. I mean, seeing this character, seeing him in his suit, and I know what what Joe looks like.
Right.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
And again, this is ironic.
Just like Jason for Aquaman. I mean, come on.
Again, this is the funniest thing. This is another person who's jumped from one comic book company doing Flash comic for Marvel or Sony Marvel, and now coming into DC doing this. So.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Yeah, and actually there was a thought that he might show up that the character might show up in Suicide Squad, which I said, okay, that's too many assassins because you can't have Deadshot and Deathstroke.
But not only that, it's just you're taking away from the storyline. What storyline? But you're adding another one. Like it had 47 storylines, and I still don't know what story I watched.
I did, but we're.
You know.
But this is actually be good because again we already got Affleck gonna be directing. I guess he's producing, I believe, a little bit, and I think he's gonna be doing some stuff on the script.
And, yeah, I heard that. I was gonna say that. I heard he's gonna be writing on the script, and he's a great writer.
Yeah, hell of a director.
I mean, don't judge him. What is it, Geely? Don't judge him on Geely alone.
Yeah, but he didn't direct that one, so.
I thought he wrote that.
No, I don't think so.
Or was it Jersey Girl?
No, that was Kevin Smith.
That was Kevin Smith. Sorry.
That was Kevin Smith. But
sorry, Kevin.
But
we love you.
In spite of the last couple movies you made, but this one I think is good. Again, we still don't know what the plot is. Again, we got a couple years before this comes out. So.
Yeah, they're still probably working on scripts and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, they're still barely casting. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is in a sense.
And who knows? They might even switch up the script.
Who knows?
Sorry.
It could be a lot of possibilities. It could be one where he's hired to take out Batman by somebody, possibly. Again, he doesn't work for free, so.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and
yeah. So good luck to Joe Mangianello and getting cast and joining the DCEU. So he's going to be joining people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's going to be playing Black Adam. So he's also playing a villain, although we'll get into that as far as they haven't cast the main guy for that one, but they're getting some good casting.
They're getting really good casting.
Good
Big
casting.
Dudes. Good job.
So, but that's us for now.
That's it.
Okay, take care, guys.
We'll see you next time. If I don't die from the black plague.
Peace.